I'm moving into something that I'm really being guided to do, and it is to say yes to opening up financial flow. I don't know if there's anybody with us today that doesn't have some sort of yes inside of you to having more financial flow. Now, here's the thing is that I think it's 11, many years ago. I think almost 11 years ago, I have worked with the Diamond leaders in really calling for divine intervention and receiving that divine intervention for opening up the strangulation around financial flow in our world. I think we can all agree that, well, I don't know if we all agree, but I certainly, I really believe and know that there is no lack of flow in God's money, in the money of God. There's a lot of strangulation when humans get hold of it, especially a few humans on the planet who are having a lot of power in this world and really using a lot of control and having the tightening down on the flow of money, which affects all of us. So 11 years ago, I really, actually, it was by request by a lot of people to really use this technology to open up that flow. And so I invited the leaders to join me in participating in some journeys that we did over many years, actually, to really call for that and divine intervention and to receive it. Because we as humans must participate. We're not little children that lay around and, oh God, please do it for us. We participate with our free will choice. We must participate to bring in divine intervention into the human experience. There's got to be receivers, and we are the receivers in this diamond technology. So we did that, and I called it the iceberg in consciousness. I really approached it from the idea and of energy, like I do everything. Everything that I do in this technology is based, and we do it at the core level. We go to the vibrational level. So we weren't doing a bunch of affirmations and all of this stuff to bring in more money to our lives. We approached it from calling for divine intervention to open up the iceberg in consciousness around money, to really melt it down with the fire of God. And I have really seen, some people would say, oh, well, if you all have done that, then why aren't we having just magnificent flow on the planet right now? It's 11 years. 11 years is nothing in the scheme of time. It is nothing. And especially when you're outside of time working, which we are multidimensionally in this technology, it's a nanosecond. And also we have to consider that money is probably, well, it's definitely one of the most stuck places in consciousness on the planet. And it's also one of the largest, I'm just going to call it an infrastructure on the planet. It is planetary. Everybody is using it. Everybody needs it. And there's all kinds of infrastructures. Every infrastructure on the planet is using it. So it's a massive, quantum, huge entity on the planet or infrastructure on the planet that we're asking divine intervention to really shift it, really shift it. So I have, and the leaders have also been really continuously holding the line for this divine intervention, opening up the flow. And I have witnessed that it is absolutely working. Here's how it's working. The first thing that always happens when we call in divine intervention and we receive it is that it's going to start lighting up and flushing out everything that is not in alignment with what is being called for. And what I have seen on the planet is a lot of revelation, a lot of revealing, a lot of illumination of the corruption of what's been going on with money on this planet. Things that have been going on for decades, centuries, really, underground, without people really being aware of it, just being at the effect of it. And it's being revealed. If you're really paying attention, it is really being called out more and more and more and more, and it will continue to be. And this is exactly how things work. The things that are out of alignment with God's plan, with God's flow, has to start getting revealed. And it is mercifully being revealed in not too strong a way, too fast, for our own good. It isn't that God can't do it in a nanosecond, it's that it's merciful to us living in this human plane, not to have things happen too radically, too fast, in a nanosecond. So we've been holding the line. This January, I have really been getting signs, many signs, that things are really about to start flowing. I'm calling it the money from the money of God, rather than this strangulation of control and systems that have been working, in control of money. So I am opening up again, and this time on sale, the journeys, the most pivotal of all the journeys that we have done, and opening up to the community on major sale, like 90% off sale. And I'm really inviting you all who have not done those journeys to really do them. It's a 90, the first one is opening financial freedom and flow. And it's a 90-day, well, it's what it is I call it a 90-day journey, but it's an intensive. It's 90 hours of absolute calling in that divine intervention and just opening to receive it. And the transmissions are very, very powerful. There's no homework. There's nothing to do. It's just at your leisure, listening to those and really receiving, to open up your channels, but also opening up the channels on the planet to receive what's being called for. So I just want to really invite you all to consider doing that and have your yes behind this, because I really am getting quite a few signs that things are about to open, but it really has to do with like I was called in the beginning of January to start seeing every single dollar that comes into my field as coming from the money of God. Really stop looking at it and say it comes from a business or from a friend or from a relative or from a whatever or however. Like I've gotten refunds suddenly that have come into my credit card, out of the blue. I've had all kinds of really crazy things happen since January, since I was told you are to acknowledge and claim that every dollar that's coming to you from this moment on is coming straight from the money of God, using whatever God decides is the best vehicle to get it to you. So it's a matter of getting our consciousness really what I call vertically aligned. Stop looking at the horizontal plane for what it is that we need financially for the freedom that we want, and really look to God that has infinite flow. There is no lack in the flow of God. So this is what we're it's our consciousness too that is shifting. It's not just the shifting of the infrastructure of the flow of money, it's shifting our consciousness. So I invite you to just say yes to that, y'all. It's really, I didn't know that I'd ever open up these transmissions to be beyond the leaders, but I really am guided to do that now. And they have very, very powerful golden energy transmissions in every one of these hours of transmission. And I'll tell you, it's very, very powerful.